Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. As you guys can see up on the screen, today we're going to be going over some LCS Lock In Predictions. I don't know when exactly this video is going to be uploaded, but it'll be uploaded sometime before the Lock In tournament. So once this comes out, we'll just be hopefully only a day or maybe even less away from the start of the Lock In tournament. And I'm a little bit annoyed because I already made this full video once. I already did a predictions. I already went over everything, and then like 3 or 4 different LCS teams came out and were like, hey, actually, we're having visa issues. We're not going to have our full roster. We're playing with Academy. We're playing with subs, yada, yada, yada. So at first, I was just going to put a disclaimer on that video like, hey, I made this before all that stuff, so don't blame me. But then so many changes came out, it just, felt bad. So I have to make it over again. So we're going to be going over my predictions for not only the group stage, but also the bracket stage, giving my thoughts and opinions, hopefully getting your guys' thoughts and opinions as well. Also understanding this is just me sharing, like I said, my thoughts and opinions, so don't flame too much. I'd love to hear what you guys think, but I wouldn't love to hear how you think I'm the biggest idiot of the world or somebody else in the comment section is the biggest idiot in the world either. And just understanding these are, preseason predictions before we've seen any of these teams play. It's going to be very volatile. There's going to be stuff happens that nobody expects, especially when you start throwing academy players and all this into the mix. And I do think my thoughts are probably a little bit different than everyone else's, and I think that's totally fine. I think that's a good thing. But with that being said, let's get right into this. I want to start over on Group A, which is just an absolute mess. Group A has 2 teams, to my knowledge, that are playing with their full rosters, 100 Thieves and Flyquest. We're getting C9 rocking a hybrid of their LCS team and their Academy team. We're getting TSM Academy, and then we're getting Golden Guardians Academy plus Stixay. So this group is just a whole mess. People already had 100 Thieves as big favorites, but coming into it, I think they're probably even bigger favorites now. But we'll be starting at the bottom, where I do think that Golden Guardians Academy will probably be the 0-4 team here. I am not gonna, claim to have watched a ton of Academy or anything like that, but I don't think Stixay is gonna be enough to take an Academy team and have them beating, LCS teams and stuff like that. I also do believe that Golden Guardians has a pretty weak Academy team, from some of the stuff that I've seen around. We'll see how it goes. It's not even the full Academy team. It's Stixay, who is a coach, who I don't know how much he's been preparing to practice or anything like that, trying to jump in. Good luck to them. I don't know. They have a chance to win a couple of games. Obviously, they're going to be playing up against TSM Academy and Flyquest, who I don't really think is that good anyway, so maybe they'll win a game, but I can't really see them winning more than one game. Next up, I have TSM as 4th in the group at 1-3. Same type of stuff for them. I don't think TSM is known for having that strong of an Academy team. Now, I know there are some TSM Academy players to be excited about. This is why I have them ahead of Golden Guardians. I know people are really, really excited to see how Takeover is going to do. I know people are really excited to see Yursan taken up against some LCS teams and some LCS supports and stuff like that. Viper is a guy we've seen in the LCS before. He's at least serviceable. So it's possible. Again, same thing with TSM. If they lost to or beat Golden Guardians, I wouldn't be totally shocked and surprised. And if they lost to or beat Flyquest, I totally wouldn't be shocked or surprised. I think the bottom 3 teams are all going to finish somewhere between 2-2 and 0-4. And if you have them in any combination of that, I wouldn't argue with you too much. But I have TSM and then Flyquest at 2-2. Flyquest has some interesting players. I think Johnson and Aframu in the bot lane is really going to set this team apart from these 2 other bottom tier teams. I wasn't that impressed with Jose Diodo last year. I don't know how Takoyi is going to come in and do, but he's an LFL MVP, or at least, a very, very strong player coming out of the LFL, which is one of the better ERLs. So I think he has a chance to come into the LCS and be pretty good, pretty, fast-paced and exciting. Obviously, he's young and inexperienced, so we'll see how that goes. I'm not super high up or excited for this Flyquest team, but I understand they're playing against 2 Academy teams, so that's where I have them there. Next up, C9 in 2nd place. I have them at 3-1. This C9 team is actually in a decent spot. Their roster, I think, is going to be Darshan, Blabber, Fudge, Sven, and Isles, which should be pretty decent. I don't know if Winsome's going to be playing or Isles. I haven't necessarily heard, but that's going to be pretty decent. I have some question marks about Darshan. I know people have said he hasn't been doing that good in like solo queue and in Academy and stuff like that. But Blabber's obviously Blabber, and this is, spring split Blabber, so he should come out really, really strong. I don't know how Fudge is going to do, but Sven, as your like Academy AD carry or whatever, that's going to work out just fine. And then either Winsome or Isles, they seem pretty interchangeable at this point in the bot lane. So I feel like C9's not missing out as much as obviously the the other teams that are missing out a lot by having some of these issues. I think C9 will get stronger as the year goes on, and you know, a large part of what they're able to do is going to depend on how good Fudge is in the mid lane, but I don't think there's enough issues here to have them losing to TSM Academy, Golden Guardians Academy, or Flyquest. But I also don't see them being able to beat 100 Thieves at this time. And I have 100 Thieves going 4-0. I think they have some of their own fair share of questions. You know, what level closer are we going to see here? I think FBI and Huhi are pretty consistent. Abadage, I thought he started the summer split really, really strong, but kind of tapered off a little bit towards the end of the summer split and into the playoffs, at least in my opinion. I think some other people have said, you know, there's a lot of stats to back that up as well, that this guy wasn't necessarily dominant in the, you know, back half of the summer split, but he had a very, very good, very, very good team around him, and he plays with them well. But I just don't think he's like unbeatable Smurf, anything like that. And then in the top lane, big questions. You know, Someday was not that impressive last year, and Tenacity is a rookie, so who knows? 100 Thieves, they're a good team. They have a nice core, but I don't think they're an amazing team. I don't think they're a great team. But you know, we'll see how they come out and how they come out swinging. But that's how I have Group A going down. Into Group B, I do have CLG as my bottom team here. I have them going 0-4. They should have their full starting lineup to my knowledge, but I just don't think they're that good of a team. I'm not completely sold on Contracts and Jenkins as full-time starters. I think they looked good on, you know, decent to pretty good teams last year. I wonder how they'll look with a worse team around them. I think they both had good and bad weeks, and I'm very, very skeptical. Palafox, I don't think looked very good last year, so I'm skeptical about him. Poom, I don't think is necessarily ready for the LCS, but Luger has a chance to, you know, be pretty impressive. But again, playing 80 carry on a bad team, good luck to you. Dignitas, we know they're starting their backup jungler or their academy jungler with River having visa issues, maybe for the first week, maybe for more. I don't know for sure. I have them going 1-3. That's where I see them at. I think they'll be okay even with River out. Immortals at 2-2. I think they're a very, very strong team. And I think if Immortals got over into this other group, they'd have, you know, potentially a chance to do a little bit more damage. But I think TL and EG are really strong. I could see Immortals giving either one of them a game. But you know, I think Xerxes and Power of Evil are going to be a strong mid-jung duo that are going to give some even top teams troubles. And they'll be a tough win, and they'll be able to be kind of annoying to people, but still, like, Revenge, Wild Turtle, you know, I have question marks about their overall team strength, but I think Immortals is a team that, you know, if they did beat in one game, you know, a best of one where anything could happen, if they beat EG or TL, I wouldn't be totally shocked, but I'm not going to predict it, but I think they should be able to handily beat, you know, CLG and Dignitas. Then I have EG at 3-1. I think EG is very, very good, and I've been trying to tell everyone to this. You know, we don't know how Jojo Pune is going to be, and I don't know that either, but obviously the EG coaching staff is very, very excited about him, and Peter Dunn has had a very, very good eye for talent historically, and also coaching up talent. You have Impact, Inspired, Vulcan, that's so nasty, and then if Danny comes back in his sophomore season and is still a beast, this EG team is going to be scary, but I do still have TL topping the group now. Obviously, TL's having some issues where Core JJ still doesn't have his green card. He's going to be missing some games. Hansama's going to be sitting out some games. I don't know exactly how all that's going to go. We know that Ayla and Yeon are going to be playing, but to my knowledge, both of those players are pretty serviceable and pretty decent. And even if they do have one single academy player in their lineup, this is still a star-studded lineup. Bwipo, Santorin, Bjergsen, and either Core JJ or Hansama. That is enough talent to win plenty of games, especially in the LCS. I think people are kind of over, you know, this news came out and everyone was already like, all right, TL is now the third or fourth best team in the lock-in tournament. And like, that is just not the case in my opinion. I think everyone needs to slow down a little bit. Yes, it's not good news to hear, and it definitely hurts their chances of, like, you know, being competitive at MSI or being competitive at Worlds, but I don't really think it hurts their chances that much of being competitive in the LCS. I still think they're the most talented team. Now, maybe it'll take them a little bit of time to get going and gelling and all that stuff, but on paper, this is still probably the best team in my opinion. This is what the bracket would look like. I know it looks a little bit rough, but this is the 1 seed from one group playing up against a 4 seed, and then like the 2 seed and the 3 seed. This is how it would look out with my predictions. We would have 100 Thieves and Dignitas in this best of 5 single elimination bracket. 100 Thieves, Dignitas, EG Fly, C9 Immortals, and TLTSM. So up in the first game, I have 100 Thieves taking down Dignitas 3-0. I really would not not see this one being that close. I think overall 100 Thieves is just a lot better than Dignitas. I don't really see how Dignitas would be able to win too many games there. I think this would be a really, really rough, not very entertaining series that honestly I don't even know if I would tune into. Next up, we have EG and Fly. Same kind of thing here. Now, I think EG is a little bit more susceptible to dropping random games here and there with some of their younger players like Jojo Pune, like Danny. If somebody is going to make a random weird play to kind of int away a game or lose a game, I could see it being EG even as a top team. 100 Thieves, maybe if Tenacity comes in and does something crazy. But, I could see EG winning like 3-1 against Fly, maybe dropping a random game. But I do see EG as, consistently and pretty significantly stronger overall. Then we get into C9 Immortals, where I could see this series being a little bit more interesting. Again, Fudge and Blabber, how's their synergy going to be? How's Fudge going to be as a mid laner? This will be a real test for him going up against Power of Evil in a best of 5, because I know, people kind of love to shit on Power of Evil last year, but I really do think he's still a beast. I think he's going to be really, really good, even though he was maybe disappointing for TSM at times last year. I do still have C9 winning this, but I have him winning it 3-2. I think this could be a close and interesting series. I don't know how good Darshan's going to do. I don't know how good, either Winsome or Isles is going to be able to come in and do, especially, playing with Sven at the last minute if they weren't preparing for that or whatever. We'll see how that goes. I think C9's a strong team, but I think Immortals could give them some fits. And then TL against TSM, obviously Bjergsen's first match up against his old team. It's going to be a fun one. There's going to be all the storylines and everything going into it, but it's not the first official match. This is just Bjergsen against TSM Academy, which does kind of suck, and I think it'll be, an easy 3-0 roll, and it won't have the excitement, but there will be plenty of memes, and I'm sure it'll feel good for Bjergsen to kind of, stomp out that squad, so that will be nice. Now getting into the semifinals, I think we have some really, really spicy ones. EG against 100 Thieves is an absolute banger for me. I think this one is going to be so good. I think it's going to be so fun and so exciting, and I know that really it seems, at least to me, like everyone is on the 100 Thieves train again, especially as the TL news came out. Everyone is riding that train, but I've been talking up EG all preseason, and I'm going to take them here. I'm going to take them 3-2 in this one. I think the EG team is very, very good, underrated. I trust Peter Dunn. I trust that EG coaching staff. I think they're going to come out really, really strong and great. Now, yes, it is absolutely fair to be, to say, 100 Thieves has all the synergy from last year. They're going to come in strong early. EG has all these young players. They're not going to come in strong early. I'm really not buying into all that. I think this is going to be a banger series between two very, very close, very, very competitive teams that could absolutely go either way, but I see EG being able to take it out 3-2. I think it'll be a very, very fun one, though. This is probably the matchup that I'm the most excited for the whole tournament. TLC9 down here, I have TL taking this one 3-1. Again, I don't know exactly how TL is going to work with, these academy players swapping in and how all that is exactly going to go, but I think they're going to be fine. But again, I could see having some communication issues, some synergy issues, maybe having some early game issues, dropping a random game here or there. But I think overall TL, at least, especially what they'll be bringing into this tournament, is an overall more talented team than C9 and should be able to beat them a majority of times. And then finally in the grand final, TL against EG, I think this will be another really, really fun one. But I do see TL taking this 3-1 over EG. Bjergsen against Jojo Pune. I know Bjergsen's rusty, whatever people are going to say, but I see that being a big mismatch in the mid lane. I think EG is still going to be scary. Inspired's an LEC MVP. Impact I thought was very, very good last year. We'll see what bot lane TL decides to roll with against EG, because they're going to have a very, very strong bot lane in Danny and Vulcan. But I do think, again, TL is going to have a little too much firepower, too many ways to win against a team like EG, and I think they'll be able to pull it out in the end. Again, I get that people are scared and nervous and worried about TL having to make substitutions or making changes or whatever, but this team is too many veterans, too much talent, too much firepower. I have them taking the LCS 2022 lock-in tournament 3-1 over EG in the finals. That is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know who you guys think is going to win the lock-in, who you think, is going to take any of these series, any of these games, any thoughts and opinions you have. I would love to hear. Subscribe, save today, and all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.